I can still hear the sound of the knife slicing through the cake, sharp and hollow, followed by weak claps that echoed in the half-empty hall. My wife's hand was warm in mine, steady and comforting, but my eyes kept flicking toward the rows of empty chairs. Those seats were meant for my family. Not one of them showed up. Not my parents, not my cousins, not even my so-called best friend. They were all at my sister Ila's engagement party across town. The bigger celebration, the more important one. I forced a smile, tried to act like it didn't sting, but when my phone buzzed in my pocket, lighting up with 36 missed calls from my mother and a single message, "We need to talk now," I felt the air freeze in my chest. They had abandoned me on the biggest day of my life, and still, they wanted something from me. That was the moment I knew I'd give them exactly what they deserved. I grew up believing family was sacred. To me, my sister Isla was untouchable. She was the golden child, perfect grades, perfect looks, perfect fiancé. Me? I was the shadow in the corner. Tolerated, never celebrated. Still, I thought I'd made something of myself. I built a business from the ground up, found real love with a woman who saw me for who I was, and planned a wedding that was supposed to be mine. But blood, I realized that day, doesn't always mean family. Looking back, the betrayal had been creeping in for months. My mother kept forgetting my wedding date, asking if I could move it to avoid clashing with Ila's engagement. My father hid behind his newspaper, silent. Even my best friend, the one person I thought I could count on, was spending more and more time at Ila's house. I brushed it off, told myself I was imagining things. But when I walked into that banquet hall and faced those empty chairs, the truth hit me like a blade. They hadn't just forgotten me, they had chosen her. And instead of crying or raging, I made a different choice. I would plan. My family worshipped money, reputation, and appearances. Image was everything to them. So I decided to rip apart the one thing they cared about most. Step 1. I dug up every financial document I could reach. My father had once named me co-signatory on some business accounts, a gesture of family trust. He never updated them. I did. Step 2. I quietly reached out to Isla's fiancé. I didn't have to lie much, just enough truth wrapped in hints of doubt to shake his confidence in what he thought he knew about my family. Step 3. I waited. Because revenge isn't served in rage, it's served cold, precise, and patient. 2 weeks later, my parents invited me to dinner like nothing had happened, as if missing my wedding was some small slip-up. My mother smiled too sweetly. My father couldn't meet my eyes. Isla sat there flashing her ring, smirking like she'd already won a war I didn't even know we were fighting. I played along, ate politely, nodded when I had to, but under the table, my phone recorded every word, every little slip. When my mother finally said, "We couldn't be at both events, you understand, don't you?" I kept my face calm. Inside, though, I drove the knife in deeper, because I didn't just understand, I knew exactly how to use it. The unraveling started slow, almost gentle. My father's company accounts froze overnight. Investors pulled out one after another when they received anonymous leaks about the money he'd mishandled. My mother's charity gala crumbled after sponsors suddenly discovered where their donations had really been going. And Ila? Her perfect little engagement blew up when her fiancé opened a folder full of photographs, her and my best friend tangled up in secrets they thought no one could see. But I had seen, I had watched, I had proof. The night he confronted her, I sat parked across the street, headlights off, listening through the open window as her screams tore through the quiet night. He stormed out, ring in hand, slammed the car door, and sped away. Isla collapsed onto the floor sobbing. That was my toast, my champagne, my wedding gift coming back full circle. The real climax came when they finally pieced it all together, when they realized who had been pulling every string. They showed up at my door, my mother pale and trembling, my father's hands shaking, Isla's face hollow and broken. My father demanded answers. My mother begged for mercy. Isla just stared, red-eyed, empty. I let them in, I let them sit, then I laid out everything, the recordings, the bank transfers, the photographs. Each piece hit the table like another blade. "You made your choice," I told them, my voice steady. "You chose her. You chose betrayal. Now you get to live with it." My mother broke into tears. My father cursed. Isla whispered, "You ruined us." I smiled. "No, you ruined me. I just returned the favor." Now, months later, the dust has settled. Their empire lies in ruins. My father rents a small office, stripped of his power. My mother avoids the social circles she once ruled. Isla hides behind closed curtains, reputation shattered beyond repair. And me? I finally understand what it means to let go, because they're not my family anymore.